Welcome to the B2T show, where we empower Christian patriots with truth. This is Rick, your host. The arrest among Antifa's highest ranks may be imminent. That's what he had posted back when we did that. We talked about that in 531. But now he amplifies on it a little bit, goes through and basically just reiterates what we already read from a few days ago. And that is this article from Fox News that says, but even before the riots across the United States, in the aftermath of George Floyd's death, federal and local officials have long been investigating the inner workings and revenue stream of that anarchist left-wing outfit. And arrest among its highest ranks may be imminent. You gotta love that. Intelligence sources pointed out that the indictments have been building for some time, and close examination and funding revenues remains under the microscope. When Antifa operates as something of a leaderless militant wing, sources closely engaged in the matter said that there are identifiable top brass driving insanity criminal activity. We know that.
So what occurred is Gene had a researcher that showed him that how to check pictures in the websites, and say he used the term reverse imaging, saying that if you have certain pictures, you could do reverse imaging to verify that that information is correct and where its sources are coming from. And he's the one that actually did the pictures and stuff on that decode that the gentleman from the YouTube pointed out as wrong. So it's very questionable if the intent of that person was truly to assist Gene as he was saying he was supposed to do. And it seems like there's some sabotaging that occurred from the information that was presented. Also, another thing that was in my mind was the gentleman that was in the YouTube that presented the error, for him to really know the specifics of where the pictures are and use the same term of reverse imaging and know exactly what is wrong with the decode is also quite questionable. That it seems like there is something at work to have Gene present false information so that the decode would be questioned.
Yeah, we think this is real interesting. Gene's been so productive and able to do so much work. It's just been amazing. And then all of a sudden, he gets people jumping and helping, and I know they're going to help, especially the ones that have the right heart. But it's when it comes to the decodes, the specific help he was getting there seemed to just be slow him down. And actually, in this case, they used a bunch of pictures that were not what they said they were.
Appreciate each and every one of you. On the question from Dean Fisher, yes, other militaries are involved. Like you saw in Defender 2020, there are 17 countries were involved in that, which is a lot of that was actually taking out dumps. And so they were trained, like you saw the dummy decode I did, where I think it was 17 out of 21 Army troops regiments have been trained in underground warfare, and they have $500 million in funding from Trump to get the different technologies and weapons and get that training. So this is, there is things. I mean, why would you have that funding and the training if it weren't happening? So we do know it is happening.
And it says, expect us, Q. And the tweet he's referring to is, will Twitter delete this? This is Hillary supporting Soros.
It is not enough for America's future that some participate and others don't. We have been given an extraordinary blessing. And at this moment in time, our country needs us. And we need people like George Soros, who is fearless and willing to step up when it counts. So please join me in welcoming George Soros.
There he is. I think you probably saw some 2020 videos where he's literally saying that it was fun, basically, that he had no remorse whatsoever turning in his Nazi brothers and sisters or whatever, right? Or those to the Nazis, right? He infiltrated and actually was basically helping the Jewish people be picked up. And so what people would call a Nazi sympathizer is an understatement here.
First time that I feel that I need to stand up and do something really and become really engaged in the electoral process in this country.
So this is exclusive. Dr. Brick's connections with the Clinton Foundation and Obama, unfortunately, indicate conflicted loyalties. Is Dr. Deborah Bricks, the doctor with the scarf, a voice of reason, or another deep state doctor pushing economic disaster and suffering? We know the answer to that, right? With Fossey moving along. Her past, unfortunately, provides the answer. Dr. Deborah Bricks comes across as a calming voice of reason while encouraging Americans to default on their life savings. She encourages Americans to stay home and away from the coronavirus that is killing 80-year-olds with pre-existing medical conditions. The fact that fatalities from the virus are almost non-existent in working class has no bearing on Dr. Brick's recommendations. In spite of the fact that the death rates from the coronavirus to date are a fraction of the numbers from this year's flu season, Dr. Brooks suggests that we stay home and shut down the economy together. So this is the Gateway Pundit article out on March 31st, 2020, pointing to that article. So, and we see a tweet, and it says, worth remembering, Q. So he's pointing us back to a past event, and you'll see that this is the Q Army Strong Trooper. Says, the last several days of Antifa attacks, while the White House and other targets in Washington, D.C., and this photo of military police standing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial remind me of something very important. A news article from 2019. So look at that. Isn't that awesome? What you see protection. Get through this, right? You want to come and vandalize this, you're going to get through around, 50 military people here. So you put the military out, things settle down pretty quickly. Now the second thing says, this Bloomberg article dated 7/22/19 mentioned the discovery of an ongoing top secret military mission around Washington, D.C. So this is Bloomberg. They're not friendly. Obviously, they are part of the fake news media, completely controlled by 4am talking points. But it's real interesting that back in 7/22 last summer, they were talking about this army let slip that is conducting secret operations around D.C. And then the third says the article referenced a tweet by Alan Wayne. In the tweet, Wayne makes reference to the U.S. Army's mysterious mission and then makes a very suspicious statement. Certain people might be interested. Was Wayne trying to tip off Antifa and planners of the current insurrection? So you'll see, there it is. Here's Wayne's document filling the U.S. Army mystery mission in the Washington, D.C. area, where it said certain people might be interested. On 7/22/19, the same day that Bloomberg published this article, Q dropped a screenshot of another Alan Wayne's tweet referencing the Bloomberg article about the ongoing secret military mission around D.C. And here's a screenshot of Alan Wayne's tweet regarding the mysterious military operation around Washington, D.C. that Q referenced in post 3462. And so you can see I had a couple pictures of copters there. The Army is engaged in a mysterious secret operation around Washington, D.C. And he says, let me get this straight. Nancy Pelosi won't let Congress get back to work because of the lack of social distancing. Yet she's walking around in massive protests. Why are we still paying her salary if this is still how she spends her time? And here's a 47-second deal on her.
The Capitol grounds and absolutely not Lafayette Park. I just saw the dome in the background. So perhaps she is headed to a demonstration. But Melissa, I wanted to tell you that since we've been having our conversation, the court system in Minnesota.
So there she is, walking, no social distancing at all. But of course she has her mask on. This is part of the whole plan, in my opinion, guys. If you just look at them letting criminals out in all these areas, they let criminals out supposedly because of COVID, right? So they have more people on the street. Then they make masks mandatory. So then even the protesters look like Antifa people. So it's harder to find out who the Antifa is. So if you're out there protesting with a mask on, really think about what you're doing. Are you really honoring Floyd's life, or are you just helping Soros hide his criminals? You just listened to the Blessed to Teach show. You're now empowered with the truth.